Good morning, one and all. Today, I am going to discuss about tunnel diode. In the previous class, we have discussed about Zener diode. All these diodes are special semiconductor diodes. Let us discuss about tunnel diode. The tunnel diode is a heavily doped PN junction diode only. This is also heavily doped PN junction diode as the Zener diode. But among all these diodes, the impurity concentration is different. This tunnel diode having doping density about 1000 times higher as compared to ordinary PN junction diode. Okay, how many times the doping concentration is more? 1000 times as the normal PN junction diode. In this diode, the depletion layer is very thin due to heavily doping. If the doping concentration is more, then the depletion region width will be less. So there is a large probability that the electrons will penetrate through the thin depletion layer easily. This phenomenon is called tunneling. What is tunneling? If a diode is heavily doped, then the depletion layer width will be very less. If the depletion layer width is less, then the electrons can easily penetrate or go through or travel through the depletion layer easily. This phenomenon is called, this procedure is called tunneling. Here, some of the note is given. The tunnel diode was first introduced by Leo Isaki in 1958. That is why the tunnel diode is also called as Isaki diode. This is very important. Sometimes you may get define or explain about Isaki diode. Therefore, the tunnel diode is also called as Isaki diode. An ordinary PN junction diode has an impurity concentration of above 1 part in 10 power 8. Okay, ordinary PN junction diode, what is the concentration, doping concentration? That is 1 part in 10 power 8, means for every 10 power 8 atoms of pure semiconductor materials, one atom may be impurity atom. Whereas in Isaki or tunnel diode, the impurity concentration is greatly increased to the level of 1 part in 10 power 3. It is very high. The device characteristics are completely changed. Such a diode is known as tunnel diode. Since the doping concentration is very high, therefore the total characteristics will be changes. Therefore, this kind of diode is called tunnel diode. Let us discuss about the tunnel diode first. This figure shows the circuit symbol of the tunnel. Actually, it should be the T. It should be looks like capital T. Okay. Whereas the positive terminal or anode terminal may be P-type material, cathode terminal may be N-type material. So cathode terminal may be not exactly T, the capital Roman T, like that. Therefore, it is tunnel diode. The equivalent circuit of tunnel diode is shown in the beside figure. It consists of an inductor, capacitor, resistor and the load resistor. The capacitor C is a junction diffusion capacitance. Diffusion capacitance. This may be, the value may be 1 to 10 picofarads, and minus Rn is the negative resistance. Okay, the inductor Ls is due to mainly the terminal leads, the lead resistance 0.1 to 4 nanohenries. The resistance Rs is due to the leads, ohmic contact and semiconductor materials themselves. that may be around 1 to 5 ohms. This may be the equivalent circuit of the tunnel diode. These factors limit the frequency at which the diode may be used. They are also important in determining the switching speed limit. Let us see the working principle of tunnel diode. Energy band diagrams of N-type and P-type semiconductor materials can be used to explain this tunneling phenomenon. Figure, this below figure. This is the energy band diagram of PN junction diode. Shows the energy band diagram of the two types of semiconductor separately. In N-type semiconductor, there is increased concentration of electrons in the conduction band due to heavy doping. Similarly, in P-type material, there is increased concentration of holes in the valence band for the similar reasons. Okay. If you see these two, N-type material, the conduction band is having more number of majority charge carriers, that is electrons, whereas in P-type material, more number of holes are the majority charge carriers in P-type, since it is a P-type material. Here, case A, no forward bias. When P-type and N-type semiconductor materials are joined together, then the energy band diagram is shown in figure, below figure. The energy levels of holes in P region are slightly out of the alignment in the energy levels of the conduction electrons in N region of the junction. Thus, no current flows across the junction. If you keep these above two band diagrams, energy band diagrams side by side, then this is the complete picture of P-type, N-type materials. Okay, if no biasing applied, what will happen? There is no chance of electrons and holes movement in between P-type and N-type materials. A small forward bias, when a very small forward bias, that is 0.1 volt, is applied, the energy band diagrams become as shown in the below figure due to the downward movement of N region. You can see here. Okay, N region. If forward bias is applied, what will happen? The P-type material valence band may be near to the conduction band of N-type material. Exactly with the P region valence band becomes exactly aligned with the N region conduction band. At this stage, electrons tunnel through the thin depletion layer with the velocity of light, thereby giving rise to a large current called peak current. If due to forward bias applied, the conduction band of N-type material and valence band of P-type material may be near, maybe at the same energy level. When this happens, what will happen? Due to opposite polarity, since the depletion layer between N-type and P-type material is very less, therefore the electrons can easily flow through the depletion layer. This is called tunneling. The tunneling process maybe starts. Large forward bias. When the forward bias increased, the two bands get out of alignment as shown in the below figure. Hence, tunneling of electrons stops, thereby decreasing the current. Since the current decreases with increase in applied voltage, the junction is said to possess negative resistance at this stage. The resistance increasing out of the negative region. However, it is found that when applied forward voltage is increased still further, the current starts increasing once again as in the normal junction diode. Okay, you can, if you see the VI characteristics, you will get the idea what is negative resistance. What will happen when a small amount of this is the VI characteristic curve of the tunnel diode. On x-axis voltage is taken, y-axis current is taken. So Vf means forward voltage, forward current. When a small amount of forward voltage applied, what will happen? The alignment between conduction band of n-type material, valence band of p-type material is aligned, means maybe at the same energy level. In that case, the electrons from n-type material can easily penetrate through the junction since it is heavily doped, therefore depletion layer width may be very less. Therefore, electrons can be easily penetrate through the or tunnel through the junction. At this stage, the current will be maximum. Maximum current will flow through the junction. Therefore, the current is increases. Therefore, the waveform, the graph is increased up to the point A. Next, by going on increasing the forward voltage, the alignment between conduction band and valence band between n-type and p-type materials are mismatched. Therefore, there is no possibility of electrons tunnel through the junction. Therefore, the current may be starts decreasing. Okay, this is called negative resistance region, A to B region. Then again, if more forward bias is applied, then the electrons will acquire more energy, therefore again starts conducting the diode. Again B to C, the current may be increases like this. As the forward bias increases above this point A, the forward current starts decreasing till it achieves its minimum value called valley point. This A point is called peak point and B point is called valley point, peak valley. Valley point, its minimum value valley current IV corresponding to the valley voltage VV. The voltage is greater than VV, current starts increasing again as in any ordinary junction. As seen from above figure, between peak point A and valley point B, current decreases with increase in applied voltage. In other words, tunnel diode possesses negative resistance in this region. In fact, this constitutes the most useful property of the diode. Hence, tunnel diode can be used as an oscillator. So, what is oscillator? Without giving any input, it gives the output. This is due to the positive feedback. So, during the negative resistance region, the tunnel diode may be used as an oscillator. The main important of application of the tunnel diode is switching application. For one single current, there may be more than 3 voltages. Therefore, it can be used as a switch. It is used in fast switching applications. Okay, simply the tunneling process is nothing but the tunneling process will be done due to the heavily doping of normal PN junction diode. The heavily doped PN junction diode is called a tunnel diode, which will be used in forward bias only. Next, one more diode, that is varactor diode. Let us discuss about varactor diode. Varactor is nothing but variable capacitor. Variable capacitor. Varactor diode is basically a reverse biased PN junction diode, which uses the capacitance property of the depletion layer. It is also known as varicap, voltacap, tuning diode, or epicap. It can be used as a voltage variable capacitor, VVC. Okay, let us see. Here, how it looks like. This is a PN junction diode which is connected in reverse bias. when the reverse bias is applied to the p-n junction diode, what will happen? Due to opposite polarity, the p region is having the positive polarity, those are holes which may be attracted towards the battery, and in the negative region or n region is having majority charge carriers or electrons which may be attracted towards the positive of the battery. Therefore the depletion region width will be increases. At particular reverse voltage, after attraction of opposite polarity, and the n region p region will be get fixed at particular fixed reverse voltage. Since the p region contains all positive polarity atoms and n region contains all negative polarity atoms, therefore due to this thick positive polarity and thick negative polarity, these positive and negative polarity region may be acts like a two different plates in a capacitor, and the depletion region or the depletion width may be acts like a dielectric medium in a capacitor. The normal capacitor construction may be two parallel plates may be kept in a dielectric medium. This is the normal capacitor construction. Since the diode is now acts like a parallel plate capacitor at particular constant reverse voltage. Now let us discuss about variable capacitor or varactor. A reverse biased p-n junction diode can be compared to a charged capacitor as shown in figure. The p-type and n-type regions away from the space charge region are essentially low resistance areas due to high concentration of majority carriers. The space charge region or depletion region, which is depleted of majority carriers, serves as a effective insulation between the p and n-type regions. The p and n-type regions acts as the plates of the capacitor, while the space charge region acts like a dielectric medium. The reverse biased p-n junction thus has an effective capacitance whose value is given as CT, transition capacitance, is equal to epsilon A by W, where epsilon is the permittivity of the semiconductor material or dielectric medium, permittivity of the dielectric medium. A, area of the junction or area, cross-sectional area of the plate. W, space charge region width, the width of space charge region. If W is varies, then the capacitance value will be varies, as the A may be constant, the cross-sectional area of the plate is constant. We can vary W, therefore the capacitance value will be changes. The transition capacitance is inversely proportional to the space charge region width. Therefore, if W increases, capacitance value decreases. If W decreases, transition capacitance value will be increases. Therefore, by changing the W, the capacitance is changes. How the W will changes? By changing the reverse bias voltage. If reverse bias voltage changes, the space charge width will changes. Therefore, the capacitance value will be changes. Since the capacitance is varying with respect to reverse voltage, therefore it is called variable capacitor. Okay, varactor diode. So this is achieved in a diode. Therefore it is called varactor diode. Varactor diode. Okay, here the circuit symbol of the varactor diode is shown here. The first one is normal PN junction diode. The second one is varactor diode. Here anode side no change. At cathode side a capacitor symbol is included. Instead of cathode a capacitor is included. Therefore it is varactor diode. The equivalent circuit of varactor diode is shown in the beside figure. At the anode side the resistance of the junction and capacitance of the junction are connected in parallel, and where RS is the series resistance. Okay, this is equivalent circuit of the varactor diode. Working principle, just now I told, by changing the W, how the W will changes? Changing in reverse voltage. By changing reverse voltage, the W value will changes, therefore capacitance value will changes. Okay, this is simple. The characteristic curve, reverse voltage versus CT. As reverse voltage increases, the capacitance value decreases. Okay, the capacitance value decreases. Applications of varactor diode. The various applications of varactor diodes are tuned circuits. Tuning means selection of the capacitance. FM modulators. FM means frequency modulation. In frequency modulation, modulators, it can be used as a modulator. Modulator means selection of the frequency only. Automatic frequency control devices. Adjustable band pass filters. Parametric amplifiers. So almost all frequency selectors, the variable capacitor diode can be used. Okay, thank you for listening this class. We will discuss the remaining special semiconductor diodes in the next class.